I've been asking questions. I don't got the answers for them though. Mama told me to be patient. Build it from the ground until they come, and they will.
Hello everyone, I hope you are all having a great day. In this video, I want to share how I prepared for this upcoming semester. I feel like last semester I didn't really prepare for it, and although it didn't hurt my grades, I was mentally checked out for pretty much the whole semester. I'm talking waking up at close to 10 o'clock when I have a 40-minute commute and classes in like an hour. So I know coming into this semester, I want to have a better quality of life, and this is my way of sharing how I'm going to do that. And hopefully, if you are in a similar position, you can get some inspiration for improving for your next semester. The first thing I do every semester is I put all of my classes into Google Calendar. I put the title of the class as well as the room number so that I know where I'm going during the first week. And if the class is online, then I will put the Zoom link in my Google Calendar alert. I also tend to buy pens and a planner, although since I'm preparing for the spring semester, I already had those materials, so I didn't have to do that here. One thing I'm doing differently this semester is overloading my schedule. So right now I'm taking 9 classes, but my school has a 2-week add drop period, so I plan to drop 2 of those classes by the end of the second week of school. And I got this idea from Cal Newport. He has a student advice blog called Study Hacks, and it's just overall a really good author. I'll put up some of his books, but basically he recommends using the add drop period to shop for classes so that you get the best schedule, because who wants to end up with bad professors and courses at a bad time? Lastly, I ended up going over the syllabus for each class because I didn't want to go into the first day not knowing what was on it. Although I will admit, half of my professors hadn't posted it yet, so I did go into some of the classes not knowing what was on it. So I want to share this quote with you from Soren Kierkegaard. He writes, "Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived moving forward." So I realized going into this semester, I needed to reflect on the last semester so that I could create a better future for this semester. During this reflection session, I created a pros and cons list for the previous semester. I realized some of the main things I did well was spending time alone to test what I enjoy doing, spending less money, and towards the end of the semester, I worked more on my YouTube channel. However, some things I did poorly was having a terrible sleep schedule, doing school late into the night on Sundays, and not being as engaged in my classes, despite it not having an effect on my grades. Doing this reflection session helped to clarify what goals I wanted to set for this semester, because I knew what I wanted to continue doing, but also what I wanted to improve on. Obviously, if you want to create a pros and cons list of your own semester, it's going to be different than mine, but I invite you to reflect on what you feel you've done well and what you can improve on so that you have greater clarity for your own life. So I want to introduce this final quote with you from Lou Holtz. "If you're bored with life, you don't get up every morning with the desire to do things, you don't have enough goals." So after reflecting on my last semester, I used my notes to create goals for this upcoming semester. In the past, I would just write down my goals in a physical journal, but I've transitioned to putting all of my goals on Notion, which is an online note-taking tool. If you're not familiar with Notion, I recommend trying it out. It's a great way to organize all of your notes, and I think putting my goals on Notion will be easier to track because everything is in a centralized location. In total, I created 5 goals, and under each goal, I wrote a short explanation for why I wanted to achieve that goal. If you want, I can make a video on the goals I chose. One goal I will share though is never do work after dark on a Sunday. I got this idea from a conversation with a friend. He's an engineering student, and he says he never does work after the sun sets. I love this goal because I realize that starting the week well is so important because it sets the tone for the week. So if I go into the week sleepwalking because I stayed up late doing work on a Sunday, then I will probably finish the week sleepwalking out of it. Overall, this is my process for how I plan for a new semester, and I hope you take some inspiration to start planning your life.